start, we're gonna start right now. Let's pause. Good evening. We're back for another episode of Talk Time.
Hello.
Hello. This is about mothers. Doug Aline was with us the other evening. Poor dog.
She sure was an ugly woman.
She surely was.
I hope she wasn't a mother.
No. Well, she was somebody's daughter, and I'm sure her mama loved her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mamas, kids don't need to be attractive for mamas to love them. So, we're tired. I'm tired. Took Zoe.
Why are you tired, honey?
Because took Zoe home yesterday. We had our 18-month-old granddaughter for almost 2 weeks. And it shows you that mothers need to be young.
Young, definitely.
Young.
Fathers too, but mothers.
Mothers definitely need to be young.
Well, you had the brunt of the responsibility with Zoe, but
Well, yeah, you got to enjoy her whenever,
Well,
but it wasn't like you were sitting on the sofa and, watching soap operas. You were out working, and both of us couldn't take off work. And then you had work to do outside in the evenings, so.
but she was enjoyable.
Oh, she was. She's
Definitely.
a fun little girl. The thing is, she's only 18 months old, and all of you mothers, grandmothers out there know how active little 18-month-old kids are, and you gotta watch every move they make, else they're just like, they could hurt themselves on just about anything in the house. So, you told me to relax, but you can't relax with an 18-month-old, so.
So what are we talking about?
Well, today we're going to do a little bit of talk about Mother's Day. Really not about the day in particular, but just about mothers.
Mothers.
You have a mother, everybody has a mother, and we should appreciate them year-round, not just on Mother's Day. And I have to admit, I fall short on appreciating my mother year-round, and I think you do too. I'm pretty sure
Yes,
you do too.
I do fall short.
We should
We
really
should spend more time.
more time, but I think what we'll need to do, maybe we'll just retire and then we could spend more time with them. How's that sound?
We probably wouldn't do that then either.
No, we'd still be busy. We'd just be busy with other things. Yeah. We can use it as an excuse. Sorry,
But
Mom.
we love you though.
We do love you. We just are busy people. So, and we went to church on Mother's Day and just had a couple of the kids over for pizza afterwards. And you took Zach back to Shippensburg.
It was a busy day.
Yeah, he's going to Ireland to sing with the choir. And I think we have a fairly good relationship with all of our kids.
I think so.
And we don't have any major problems that I can recall of with our parents ever.
No.
So just maybe when we were growing up, we caused them grief. But we don't have any strain. But the sad part is there are a lot of strained relationships between mother and children. And I looked up some things on that. What causes strained relationships? What do you think is one of the main causes of strained relationships between mothers and children? We're not talking about fathers here. It's hot.
Specific topics.
Not topics, but just, what do you think would be something that would cause problems between mothers and children? Adult children. I'm not talking kids. I'm talking adult children.
I would say probably mothers trying to still, how you want to say it?
It's pretty easy. Just tell me. Tell me. What do you think? You should know. You should just look at me and know.
I think still trying to control their life.
Yeah. Mothers do that.
Yeah. And maybe even especially when it comes to the daughter raising their own kids and mother trying to tell her
How to do it.
how to do it.
Yeah. And there's different things that they say here. You've locked them into outgrown childhood roles. You also still keep on thinking of them as your children. And you forget that they are living life. They have lived a life, and they're adults, and they're no longer that same little child. So you can't keep on saying, well, little Jimmy, he was always like this. Well, he might not be like that now. And also it says, well, a lot of people are divorced. A lot of parents have divorced. And no matter how old our children get, they may still be hurt by a divorce. It talked about that. You can't let them lead their own lives. And that would be a lot of things. It says, let me see, they have the right to their lifestyle, religion, partners, decisions, and choices. And a lot of parents, mothers especially, can't seem to look past that.
Well, when the kids are making choices that you don't agree with,
That's
making
right.
choices that you would not make or does not agree with your lifestyle and your morals and all that, then yeah, you tend to want to tell your kids they're screwing up
Yeah, yeah.
according to you. So
And you had said too, that you ignore their boundaries. You stick their nose into things that are none of your business, like marriages, and also things you need to stop nagging them. I hope I don't nag too much. The thing is, the closer your children live, the easier it is to butt in. So poor Lindsay is right up here on the hill within walking distance. So out of all the kids, she's the one who I'm probably going to butt in the most. And I don't think I do too bad. I hope I don't. I'm going to have to ask Lindsay that. But I try to back off and try to only give advice when she asks. I hope I'm trying. But the other kids, you figure Kivens and Tricia are in Virginia. I only know what they tell me. So, and I don't try to dictate their lives.
no, you do pretty good.
And Kimberly too, and of course Zachary, he's just now starting life out from under us, but ignoring boundaries is a big thing. And then we don't listen to them. We don't hear what they're saying.
What?
Yeah, like you do. Also, it says here, there are a lot of disputes because the parent butts in during siblings. When siblings are fighting, like let's just say one of our kids is fighting with the other, we need to back off and let them work it out.
Let them fight it out.
Don't get involved. Don't get involved. Let's see, and there was another one here. It says you take liberties you're not entitled to. Just because you're still their parent, you can't interfere with their life. You need to back off and wait to be asked for help, your opinion and your understanding. This is a good thing. Imagine there's a door between you and them. Knock first and don't enter unless invited, even if the door is more than a metaphor.
How about that?
So there are some reasons that you may not get along with your grown adult children as a mother. And there was one study done that some mothers would be estranged from their children because of their lifestyle, because if they might get divorced and the mother disagrees, or certain things go against their religion and the child is doing that. But it showed that there was more likelihood that it would be of a life choice rather than if they got convicted of a serious crime. So it might be more of a lifestyle thing, more so.
They're more apt to support them if they've done something criminally.
Criminally, yeah.
Versus
A lifestyle, like say if, let's just see here. Yeah. Interviewers with mothers estranged from their children suggested they saw differences in values, just values, as more personal and hurtful. One mother, a devout Catholic, described growing distant from her son after he divorced and remarried, and said it was painful to be judgmental, but that she was compelled by her religion and morals. She remained closer to a younger son and daughter, who both had been arrested for drunk driving and had a history of substance abuse, and called her younger son her success story because he was married. Well,
maybe you have some distorted views yourself, so.
well, that's just it. There might be something that if she had a strong, that she did not agree with divorce at all, we could get past the drunkenness and the drug abuse is a little bit much, but it's just saying that there's reasons here that parents can be estranged from their children. But it says here, what does the Bible though say about motherhood?
Well, yeah, okay, bring God into it.
Yeah, what does the Bible? I mean, we know that mothers can be overbearing. We know that they can neb in their children's business. But let's just see. Motherhood in the Bible is spoken of throughout Scripture as a high and important calling. Children are viewed as a blessing, a heritage from the Lord, a reward from Him. And motherhood is also viewed as a blessing, but one that is at God's prerogative to grant, and one that brings it with high responsibility. It is intended to bring happiness. The Bible teaches God is ultimately the one who places children in families. Motherhood is a responsibility and a calling from the Lord. One of the ways we can glorify and serve Him, the Bible teaches, that is vital for moms to be women of faith who teach children to love the Lord. It contains examples of mothers who had both positive and negative influence on their children. Depending on their own lifestyles and parenting, Scripture teaches mothers to point children towards Christ by praying for them, modeling faith and character, and training them in wisdom. The Bible offers great hope for what godly motherhood is able to accomplish, in that children of character tend to become assets to their communities and to God's kingdom. Conveys the general principles that if we train up children in the way they should go, even when they are old, they will not turn from it. And the Bible does talk about that, about teaching children. But the part is, we can train children up in the way we think they should go, but when they're adults,
They're gonna go the way
they're going to go the way they can go. And sometimes as parents, you just have to accept that and know that if you have done your part, if you have taught them the way they should go, and you have done your best, after that, you just gotta let it go.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
And give them to God. God can take care of it from there. So, but then again, after that, how much do we thank our mothers?
On Mother's Day.
Yeah, we get like a $2 card for mothers on Mother's Day. Do we pray to God about our mother? We can be selfish at times. We pray for all these different things, but we forget the people who brought us into this world. So, whenever your mother is nagging at you or telling you this, we still need to remember that our mothers brought us up. They sacrificed a lot for us. They may drive us insane, but they gave us life.
Sure.
They gave us life. And just for the almost 2 weeks that we had Zoe, that's a lot of work. So any mother out there who has raised a child, whether it be their own child or not, if you've raised a child, you're a mother. And it is a lot of work. And it's a lot of sacrifice. It says, we are to honor and praise the Lord for the women who have been such a blessing to us. Praise the Lord for their sacrifices that they made for us. Sometimes we have to even go to the Lord and confess of the way we neglected these women in our lives. There is nothing like a mama. And everyone out there knows, if you had a mama that was a good mama, she is a blessing. And it says you should never disrespect your mother. A lot of kids today do disrespect their parents. Sometimes the disrespect could be because you may have allowed them to disrespect you growing up, but a lot of times it's just a lack of consideration.
I remember something your Uncle Bob told me
Oh, really?
years ago.
Okay.
I think we were working at your grandmother's house. That would be Pearl's house. And I don't even know why or what we were talking about it, but he said if you do not respect your mother, you really have nothing.
Really?
Yeah, he was saying that you had to hold your mom in high esteem. So, and I know he respected.
Oh, yeah. My dad respected my grandma, too. That's just it. It says here, you should never disrespect your mother. Are you loving her? Are you cherishing every moment with her? This is more than just Mother's Day. They're talking about Mother's Day here. One day our moms are not going to be here. How are we honoring her? Are you listening to her? Or are you talking back to her? Do you call her? We live like our parents are going to be here forever. Be thankful for every moment. Because one day when your mom's gone, you're going to say, boy, I wish my mom was still here.
Yeah, those who have lost their mother, I'm sure would say that.
Yep, so. Doug, there's some interesting little tidbits of information here that I was going to talk to you about.
It's not a test, is it?
No. No, this one here, actually, you won't be able to guess these things. There was stuff I was going to ask you about. Doug panicked when he saw all these things, but I'm not going to go over all of this
Yeah,
stuff.
we have like 200 pieces of paper in front of us.
Well, one of that's not even.
Talk time started out like 10 minutes.
I know. But you know, really, you can't talk about much in 10 minutes. You really can't. Don't you think?
Oh, it's hard to, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about much in 10 minutes, but we'll try to cut this back a little bit. So there are 2 billion mothers in the world. That's a lot of moms. A lot of moms. First-time moms. Average age of a new mom is 25. It was 21 in 1970. So 25 years old, 21 in 1970, but I beat them all. I was a mother at 19. Woohoo! I'm the winner!
I heard a statistic on the radio the other day that mothers now are typically waiting till in their early 30s, mostly because of wanting to have their career
Sure.
Figured out and be settled in their career and so forth. So you are seeing more older mothers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're getting established beforehand rather than just haphazardly stumbling into it and then figuring it out, which I did. But yeah, I was like a big old stumbling.
We won't even go there.
Yeah. Modern moms average 2 kids. In the 1950s, listen to this, it was 3.5. You had that half kid somewhere. 3.5. So probably the average would have been 3 to 4 kids.
Yeah.
And that would be, we had 4 in our family. Hey, and you had 3. So we were right there in the average. But in the 1700s, it was 7 to 10 kids was the average. And I think that would have been even, back, I'm thinking in the 50s, there was a lot of kids, like people averaged 8, I thought. Because there was a lot of families where they had 6, 8 kids, and that was not uncommon.
No, I think
Maybe more in the 30s, the 1930s, I don't know.
families seemed to be bigger back then, but then also a lot of farmers, I think, had
Had babies so they could have
more kids,
workers.
so they would have workers. Yeah.
Free labor. I can't say that. I didn't live on the farms, nor do I know if they had
I
slave
don't
labor.
either.
So we're just joking here. But yeah, they did. I think
Yeah.
4.3 babies are born each second. Each second. Now that's probably in the world. You find that hard to believe.
Well, it's just a lot of babies.
That's a lot of babies, but. Or I should have looked up how many people were dying at the same rate. Are we dying at the same rate, or is it we're just getting overpopulated?
Well, here again, I heard on the radio today that there's not so many babies coming into the world to replace the generation that's dying off.
Cool.
So actually, population is decreasing. So we're not seeing the generations replaced like we did at one time.
Well, that's kind of nice though, because eventually maybe we'll be back to where not the city life. You could be
Maybe.
out in the country. But now, if you think about it, well, if the amount of children that are being born to each family would start being decreased, and some people are choosing not to have children at all. So, 72% of moms with children over a year old work. And that is about the same as childless women. So I'm thinking about, what are those other women doing who don't work? What is 28% of the women, how do they get to
Enjoying
stay home?
life.
Yeah. How do they get to stay home if they don't have children?
We won't even go into that.
I'm thinking, you know, if you have that opportunity, if the husband is making enough money that you can stay home, more power to you. I don't know. See, I'm just not designed to stay
I was
home.
gonna say, that
No,
would.
that would drive me insane, so. But, let's see, back in 1976, only 39% of mothers worked. So, about double. Have you heard anything more?
I didn't
on
hear
that?
anything
Okay.
about that, no.
Okay, so let's see. Diaper changes, 7,300 by baby's second birthday. I bet you the amount of poopy diapers I changed over the last 2 weeks was probably close to 7,300.
Yeah, it's, really clogging up our landfills too.
Yeah. Oh my. Giving attention. Preschoolers require mom's attention every 4 minutes or 210 times a day. And you can believe that.
Oh, yeah.
Even now, because our kids are too old to remember when they were preschool, I mean, we're too old to remember that, but even now, you know Jack how many times he'll,
Well, Jack, he's spoiled. He wants your attention all the time.
yeah, so you hear your name.
Yep.
And there was just a few things. Oh, this is true. Laundry, 88% is done by moms, totaling 330 loads of laundry and 5,300 articles of clothing each year.
Well, I do my part in dirtying them.
You do. You dirty the laundry, and you will throw in an occasional load.
I'll do dishes before I do laundry.
You are a good dishwasher. You do. There's nothing. I mean, if you notice dishes, you'll do them. So that's good. Doug's
That's one
excited.
little check mark.
Check mark.
He'll get erased later.
Yeah, there'll be something he'll do that'll take that, I'll erase that check mark off. Most kids, there was a lady from Russia gave birth to 69 children between 1725 and 1765. So that's about a 40-year time span, and she gave 60, so she must have had like triplets and twins, and I don't see what the logic of that would have been.
I think probably after like 40 of them, they would just fall out after a while.
I
Probably have to
don't
hold
even-
it up in.
I don't even know how you would have been able to carry a child after baby number
Oh, my,
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, my.
Why would you want to?
Why would you want to? And I would just say, hey, rip the uterus out, please. There's the oldest mom was Rosanna Court, gave birth to a baby boy when she was 63 years old in Italy in 1994. So she definitely would not have gone through menopause, and the average age of menopause can be anywhere, I think, from 40 to 60. So she must have been one of those late bloomers
Must have
when
been.
it came to menopause. And listen to this. Heaviest newborn. Some lady gave birth to a 22-pound, 8-ounce boy in Italy in 1955. 22 pounds.
That's a lot of baby.
I can't imagine she had a natural delivery.
I
I would
think
think
so.
that would have had to have been cesarean. Let me see. Average weight gain during pregnancy is 30 pounds. That's on a good time.
Not even touching that with a 10-foot pole. No.
Let me think.
Well, let me just say you were a little above average.
Well, you know what? With Kivens, I gained the least. And it was all water due to that pre-eclampsia or whatever. So that I lost immediately. I think I gained 35, but most of that was water weight. Then with Kimberly, it might have been up in the 40 pounds. And with Lindsay and Zachary, I know it was around 50. Easy, easy.
Didn't notice.
No, you didn't notice anything.
You
No.
carried it well.
I did. No.
Keep your mouth shut, Doug.
Yeah,
Just keep your mouth shut.
It's best that
You
he
know
does.
better.
Yeah.
You've learned.
You have learned. You have been trained. You have been trained, honey. Hey, like the Bible verse says, you train your children and they will come back. So you listen to that Bible verse and listen to what I have to say and teach you.
You better move on.
I know. Okay, here are some things that only moms can do. Moms can do, fathers can't, okay?
Get pregnant.
Well, that's a given.
Give birth.
Yeah, men can't get pregnant nor give birth.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
That's a short-
Even though
That's a short list.
that's a short list. Even though I did read somewhere. Nah. Oh wait. Let's see. there was where a guy was having a sex change. It was a girl that was changing to a guy, but she must have conceived, but now she's technically a man, so now she's the first man to give birth. Something like that. It does say here, though, that having kids may make you smarter. Research suggests that moms who give birth later in life live longer. I started out early and gave a baby birth later in life. And the cost of raising a child, middle income families spend $242,000 to raise a kid to age 18, and that doesn't even include college.
Yeah.
So we'd be rich without, if we didn't have all four of the kids. We'd be rich, we'd have money galore saved up, but then we'd just be here alone.
That's true.
We'd just
Who
be
would
here.
take care of us when
Who
we're
would take
old?
care of us when we're old? I don't know, maybe our kids won't anyway, so we'll
Maybe
see.
not. Yeah. Put them in a home for them.
Yeah, we'll see you later, Mom, Dad.
Moving on.
Okay. This is from a lady who's talking. She has determined that she is a special breed of superhero. Why? Because she has powers that no one else in the house possesses. At my house, I am evidently the only human who can do the following, and we'll see if you ladies out there can relate. Replace the toilet paper roll. Can men do that? Or can the children do that? Or will they set the toilet paper beside, right there on the sink, and not actually put it on the roll? What do you think, Doug?
We are more than capable of doing that.
Oh, the capable.
Well, we
capable.
just choose not
We
to.
choose not to. Not to. She's here. Maybe my family members haven't mastered the push and pull trick of the toilet paper roll holder, or perhaps they're afraid of pinching their fingers. She said this isn't rocket science. And for your information, leaving 2 sheets of paper on the roll to avoid having to change it is cheating. Oh, goodness. Even she talks about here, throw away food wrappers. Anything. And it can be within 8 inches of the garbage can. It'll still be laying there. I don't know.
Well, you spoil us, because if we let it lay there, you pick it up, throw it away, so the next time,
Yeah.
Mom will take care of it.
Yeah.
Tommy will take care of it.
Hang up the towels. Hang up the towel back on them. I think most of you guys hang up your towels, though.
I think now we do.
Now you do, yeah. Get clothes actually into the hamper. That's questionable. You do pretty good. Pretty good. Depends on the day. The kids never did well. Zachary, I just picked up clothes from him. He stopped in before he went to his trip to Ireland. He was just here for less than 24 hours.
Mom will get it.
Well, I made his bed because his bed was left unmade and an outfit was laying right there on the floor. So I thought, well, I can carry it over to the laundry room and maybe wash it while he's gone. You do put dirty dishes in the dishwasher. Probably some people don't, but
Oh, I'm sure.
you do that. The kids, the older kids would, but when they were here, they wouldn't have. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Find food in the refrigerator that's right in front of you.
Well, you guys, mothers can find anything.
Wow.
Keys, wallets, socks, belts, shoes.
Did you ever see, though, when, like, any kids would look for something? It would be, they'd open the door and just look like this.
Yeah.
Even though they're this vision, they couldn't see the rest that's in there. So, yeah, no, that I do get. But she does say there is one thing that mothers can do that men can't. And that's kiss boo-boos to make them all better.
That's true.
So. She said she's sure Daddy's lips have almost as much magic. So, but there was other stuff too, just the finding things that are missing, and it's, if it's really lost if Mom can't find it.
That's true.
It's lost if Mom can't find it. So when I was looking through about mothers, I found some stuff on animal mothers too. Isn't that exciting? This is not a serious Mother's Day thing, I'm sorry. And Doug is just patiently sitting here.
No, we're good. Go
You're
ahead.
good? You're okay?
Yeah.
Okay. A long time to be pregnant. Elephants have the longest pregnancy in the animal kingdom. Do you know? Can you guess about how long they are pregnant?
I'm thinking 18 months.
Ooh, close. You're a little low. They're pregnant for 22 months.
22 months. I knew it was long.
So
A
that would
long
be
time.
like 2 1/3 times of what a mother like
It's
we would.
almost 2 years.
Yeah, yeah. It says though, this I don't understand. It says the longest human pregnancy on record is 17 months and 11 days. How does that even occur? I'm gonna have to go check that out and
That
see.
doesn't sound right. They would never let a baby and a mother that long.
We're gonna have to ask Alexa. We'll come back to this and I'll tell you what it is. But once we're done here, we're gonna ask Alexa and we'll let you know. Now, possums have one of the shortest pregnancies. What do you think on a possum? Take a wild guess. Stab in the dark.
I'm thinking.
Okay, think.
3 weeks.
Oh, close. 16 days.
Wow.
16 days. The shortest human pregnancy to produce a healthy baby was 22 weeks and 6 days. The baby was the length of a ballpoint pen.
It's amazing.
Yep. This one here. A female oyster produces 100 million young in her lifetime. The typical hen lays 19 dozen eggs a year, and it's possible for one female cat to be responsible for the birth of 20,736 kittens in 4 years. It's possible. That's another reason why cats are not my favorite things. I'm sorry.
And
I
you
know.
mothers have nothing to complain about.
I have told you before I don't like cats, and I'm sorry to all the cat lovers out there, but to produce that many kittens, that's just craziness. In 4 years, that's in 4 years. Michelle Duggar, or Drugger, whatever her name was, she holds the record for the largest human family, having given birth to 17 children, but that other one said 69, so that might be in the United States.
Yeah.
Because that other one sounded like it was from another country. But, yeah, that was crazy in itself. I don't understand that.
17 kids is still a lot of kids.
Yeah. Chimpanzees have the longest childhoods apart from humans, staying with their mothers for up to 7 years.
7 years?
7 years. Did you think 5?
I was going to say 5.
Very good. 3, these days human children have been taking longer and longer to leave home, with more than 50% of adults under 24 still living with mom and dad. In 2006, the phenomenon was so big that it became the premise for a Hollywood movie called Failure to Launch. I never watched that or saw
I
that.
didn't see
Did
it
you?
either, no. I think that probably has a lot to do with economic times, financial situations.
It's getting harder and harder to live on your own.
Yeah.
It's just getting more and more expensive. But still, we had some adult kids living with us. Up till 24, that barely gives them time to get out of college. And then hopefully they'll be on their merry little way. So,
Well, mom and dads can be pretty comfortable.
yeah, that's right. We'd have to make it uncomfortable. Yeah. Just like I shouldn't have taken Zachary's laundry and do it, or made his bed probably.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's see here. I think that's all the interesting. There's some little tidbits of stuff, but male seahorses can actually give birth to offspring. This is where it was. While this is normally impossible for human beings, Thomas Beatty, who had his gender legally changed from female to male, is currently the world's first pregnant man. You can't count that. That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
There's a lot of marine life where the female lays the eggs, but the males take care of them.
That's interesting. This I thought was really interesting. Giraffes are born with the mother standing up, on the lookout for predators. That means a long drop of 5 to 7 feet to the
Is that the
ground.
long way down to the
Yeah.
ground for that?
Long enough to break the baby's umbilical cord.
Huh.
So, ancient drawings show human women giving birth standing up as well, and contemporary mothers interested in natural birth sometimes opt for this position. There's always somebody there to catch the baby.
Come, Barbie, come on, right down the old fire, right, hit.
Oh, goodness. So here's just a few. That got me on to little interesting tidbits because I was looking up animals and then this stuff shows up. Did you know that octopuses have 3 hearts?
No.
Butterflies can taste with their feet. I didn't even know butterflies had feet. I guess.
I guess that's the end of the legs, I don't know.
What do their feet look like though? Or do they have little toes?
I've never seen them because their shoes are always on.
Yeah, their shoes are always on. Oh, goodness. Sharks kill fewer than 10 people per year, but humans kill about 100 million sharks per year. And wild dolphins call each other by name. I wonder how someone determines that.
I don't know.
How does one know all this? And how do you know that sharks, well, you could tell how many, but how do you know, well, I guess you could tell that. How do they know that butterflies can taste with their feet? You know, there's
What
some,
do you do, ask them?
yeah. This I found very interesting, and maybe you'll know because you were on the farm. Horses use facial expressions to communicate with each other. Is that bull?
I think you're just horsing around.
That's good. Horsing around, yeah.
Nah.
Oh, this one I really loved. This was my favorite. Did you know that squirrels can't burp or vomit?
And how do they figure
How do they
that
know that? Do they watch all the squirrels to see if they can boop, boop,
out? Boop.
boop? That's the way Jack used to say boop.
Well, no, and I never really thought about squirrels vomiting or burping, so
Yeah.
never
Why
really
would-
come up in conversation.
And why would anyone care to investigate that? They probably spent millions of dollars to figure out whether a squirrel
Probably
could
some
burp or
government
vomit.
grants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
For
you
tax
find that
dollars at
out?
work.
Yep. I didn't know this either. Owls don't have eyeballs. What do they have? Do you know about owls?
Owls don't have eyeballs.
Not eyeballs. They have eye tubes.
Tubes.
Well, I don't understand.
Well, I'm not sure if an owl can actually move their eyes
Okay.
left to right like we do.
So you're thinking they might just
that's
go like that?
I'm thinking that's why they have so much of head movement.
Oh,
Because
so
they
they can
can't
go
look
the whole
side
way.
to side to side.
Oh.
You know, they have to actually move their head. I
That
could be wrong
makes
about it, but I think
We'll have to
I'm right.
look that up. We'll look up eye tubes.
There is a. It's not a monkey. It's like a monkey. I forget what the thing's called. But their eyeballs are so big that they cannot turn their eyeball. They have to turn their head to see.
So they would maybe have the tubes also.
Well, they have big eyes so they can see at night because they hunt at night. But
Why would it make a difference though? Why would you need big eyes?
a lot more light in.
Yeah, but most of it's the white of the eye, isn't it? Or do they have the bigger like?
And they have big pupils too.
Happy Mother's Day!
We're talking about monkeys and
This is interesting though. I found it to be interesting. Animals with smaller bodies and faster metabolism see in slow motion. I'm gonna look that up just to be sure.
I think somebody's
Question.
just messing with
Do
you.
you think? I don't know. This I thought was cute. Male gentoo and Adelie penguins propose to females by giving them a pebble. Isn't that cute? They don't probably just plop a little pebble there.
See, you need to watch the animal shows because I've seen that on the
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So you know about
Well,
this.
I wouldn't have remembered that, but I remembered it after you said about it.
So that's so sweet.
And most of them stay together for their life.
For their life, yeah.
Monogamous, yeah.
Yeah, monogamous. Boy, oh boy, if only everybody could be monogamous. It says Azara's owl monkeys are more monogamous than humans.
Well, that's not hard to do.
No, that's true. That's true. Listen to this. Barn owls are normally monogamous. This is just barn owls. But about 25% of mated pairs divorce. How do they even know that?
Yeah.
How do they know? Somebody
Somebody
polar
has a lot of time on their hands.
and polar bears have black skin. I knew that. I've heard that before.
I've heard that before too.
So too. This is interesting. Reindeer eyeballs turn blue in the winter to help them see at lower light levels.
Didn't know that.
No, that's something that you could, figure out. Warmer weather causes more turtles to be born female than male. This is interesting too. African buffalo herds display voting behavior in which individuals register their travel preference by standing up, looking in one direction, and then lying back down. And only adult females can vote. So let's see what that would look like. They would stand up, look in one direction, so whichever direction they want to go. So,
Hey Charlie, look at the crazy females.
that would be it, and only the females would be doing this, because the male have no right to vote. So stand up and just look in the direction you want to go, and then lie back down.
If there's grass to eat on the way, we don't care which
Yep,
way we go.
Yep, okay. Let's just see here. This was interesting too. A single strand of spider silk. A single strand of spider silk is thinner than human hair, but also 5 times stronger than steel of the same width.
Isn't that amazing?
Yep. A rope just 2 inches thick could reportedly stop a Boeing 747. Interesting too. And there's super colonies of ants. A super colony of invasive Argentine ants, known as the California Large, covers 560 miles of the U.S. West Coast. It's currently engaged in a turf war, these ants, with the nearby super colony in Mexico. They have turf, there's like probably little gangs of ants that have turf wars. I'm just amazed. Doug's closing.
What does that have to do with Mother's Day?
Well, these are all little things that have had mothers. I know. There's even species of dancing frogs.
They have little top hats and canes, you know.
14 new species of dancing frogs were discovered in 2014, raising the global number of known dancing frog species to 24.
That's it. I wonder if it's disco or rap or
I don't know.
dancing or.
Well, it's interesting. A sea lion is the first non-human mammal with a proven ability to keep a beat. We know humans that can't keep a beat.
We won't mention
We
any
won't
names.
mention names, but you know, I have known a few humans that
Yeah.
can't keep a beat.
It's quite funny.
So, yeah. We're gonna make fun of people now. No, that's awful. We will not. We will not. Okay, we're getting back to the motherhood thing.
How many more pages you got there?
Oh no, I'm just gonna pick out a couple of these. These are nice little sayings that are touching. We'll get back on the series.
Back to
And then
Mother's
I'm
Day.
gonna have a prayer, and that's it. So, yep. Let me see how long. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. Doing good, Douglas Miller. Here's some sweet things. The hand of a bride becomes the hand of a mother. Ever so gently she cares for her precious child. Bathing, dressing, feeding, comforting. There is no hand like a mother's, nor does its tender care diminish through the years. Mothers are always a mother. So remember that when your mother's driving you crazy and she's trying to tell you how to live your life and button in and won't let you grow up, it's just because she loves you so much. And
I guess choose not to be offended.
choose not to be offended. Yep, she's your mama. This is George Washington said this. My mother was the most beautiful woman I ever saw. All I am I owe to my mother. I attribute my success in life to the moral, intellectual, and physical education I received from her. So George Washington loved his mom. But boys seem to love their moms a little bit more. I think mothers and girls more clash because moms tend to butt into the girls' lives more, don't you think?
I don't
Maybe
know.
not.
Definitely, I think there is a different strain between women than there is between the mother-son.
Yeah, because, you know, I mean, I don't have a strain with the kids, but it's more likely that women, I think just women in general are more likely to get at each other than.
Well, there again, I'm not touching that with a temper. No.
Women are hard to get along with. have so many hormonal fluctuations and everything, so.
Never noticed.
No, I didn't think
I-
you did. I know.
You've always been so even keeled.
I know.
Calm nature.
Calm, all the way.
Stress free.
Stress-free.
Yeah,
Stress
never
free.
worry about anything.
No.
Can't talk. Yeah.
Yep. And there's no way to be a perfect mother and a million ways to be a good one.
Hmm.
That's a good one. Let's see here. The joy in motherhood comes in moments. There will be hard times and frustrating times, but amid the challenges, there are shining moments of joy and satisfaction. Let's see here. The phrase working mother is redundant because being a mother is work itself. So if you are a stay-at-home mom, don't let anyone tell you that you're not working, because that is one of the
It's
hardest
more work than
jobs.
going to work.
And that is also one of the most rewarding jobs you will ever do, even though at the time you may not realize it, but, yeah. This one kind of was touching. What a mother sings to the cradle goes all the way to the coffin.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, the song says the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world.
Mhm. A mother is the truest friend we have when trials, heavy and sudden, fall upon us, when adversity takes the place of prosperity, when friends desert us, when trouble thickens around us. Still will she cling to us and endeavor by her kind precepts and counsels to dissipate the clouds of darkness and cause peace to return to our hearts. Let me just pick out a couple more and then I'll be done. A mother is the one to whom you hurry when you are troubled.
Kids run to you.
Yeah, kids run to me. And we always ran to our mom. You know, it's just something moms just have a little bit something different.
Well, we'll do this for Father's Day too, so it'll be different. But they run to fathers for different things.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. A mother's love is whole, no matter how many times you divide it. It's always whole. It's not half. Whole.
Oh,
Whole.
like a donut hole?
I don't even know you. A mother understands what a child does not say. Profound. Oh, this one is nice. Perhaps the reason we respond so universally to our mother's love is because it represents the love of our Savior.
Men can't understand the mother's love. We can't understand God's love, but we can't truly understand the mother's love either. That's a connection between you and a child that the father won't have.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always a different connection. Yes, and
Fathers love their kids
Sure,
very deeply, but
sure.
still, it's different when that thing is growing inside of you.
did you hear my stomach?
Yes, I heard that. It threw me off track.
I saw you looking. Well, that just ruined a tender moment. Oh, goodness. Biology is the least.
It's soon time for Tanya to go to bed. Let's take your drugs and put you to
Yeah,
bed,
put
hon.
me to bed. Biology is the least of what makes someone a mother. That's true. There are so many mothers out there who did not give birth. That does not make them any less of
That's
a
true.
mother.
Yeah.
When you are a mother, you are never really alone in your thoughts. A mother always has to think twice, once for herself and once for her child. I believe in love at first sight because I've been loving my mother since I opened my eyes. Huh. Oh, this one's good. Becoming a mother makes you realize you can do almost anything one-handed. And that is so true. Okay. Being a mother is learning about strengths you didn't know you had and dealing with fears you didn't know existed. And one last one. Motherhood is a choice you make every day to put someone else's happiness and well-being ahead of your own, to teach the hard lessons, to do the right thing even when you're not sure what the right thing is, and to forgive yourself over and over again for doing everything wrong. So,
Very good.
yeah. Is there anything you'd like to add, Doug?
I don't think there's anything to add from all that. You did a very good job.
Even the animal things. That was kind of, that just shows you where my mind goes, because I was looking up some information and I thought, well, heck, I'll look up information when I was looking up some stuff on mothers. Then I saw where animal mothers came up and I thought, well, heck, I'll print that up. Then I thought, from clicking into that, then this other stuff came up and I thought, well, I have to do that. That's fun stuff.
Your mind never shuts off.
It never shuts off. So,
That's the mind of a mother too.
yes. Okay, well, how about if we close? I had printed out a prayer for a stressed out mom, because if you are a mother, a lot of times you're stressed out. It doesn't matter how old your kids are, there's always something to be stressed out about.
There's always something to worry about.
Yeah. Even though I don't know that you worry.
Not to the extent that you do. I always said I didn't have to worry because you worried for both of us.
Oh, I know. I think you have your times where you sit and worry a little bit.
I do.
You just don't dwell on it.
I don't tell you.
Yeah. Do you dwell on it?
Not usually.
No.
I don't have to.
Yeah, I know.
You've already worried
I'm
about
already
it,
worried
stressed about it.
Yeah. Well, let's say a prayer for the stressed out mom. May you have clarity of thought and a morsel of sanity today. May you know that His grace is enough for every season, every tantrum, every question, every failure. It is enough, always. May you know that you are wildly loved by your Father, just as you are. Not because of what you've accomplished today or didn't, or how you feel about God at this moment, or whether you complained or spent time reading your Bible or messed up in the worst way or celebrated a victory. He adores you just because. And with this knowledge, may you feel empowered to love your children the same way, the way God asked you to, the way your kids deserve, and the way you want. May you feel equipped to tackle every challenge, every situation, and every day with courage and joy, even if you have to start over 10 times by 9 a.m. May excitement fill your heart every morning for all that the day can be. Your children are your treasure, and this day is a gift. May you fully embrace it. May you lay your head down at night with a heart that is bursting and memories too plentiful to count. May you know unspeakable joy at the end of the day. May you recognize that though these days are so long, the years are short. They are a breath. And as you exhale yours in the darkness of the night, may your cup overflow with thanksgiving. May your dreams be sweet and your sleep be restful. Sleep well, Mama, knowing that the work you are doing is good and your Father is smiling on you. Amen.
Amen.